God Consciousness, Part 3 from Chapter 34, Organized Religions. To perform your life from this spontaneous level of affiliation with the source of all that is, all that can be, and all that ever was, will be, etc. This is the way to orientate your psychic intention. It is from this level of purpose that you are able to begin to understand what aligning your free will with my free will is all about and why it is so very, very powerful. The individuality of your life is not lost by doing this. In fact, it is maintained and expressed exponentially. The more you stay deliberately focused on this process, of alignment with your attention and intention of your free will in the moment, moment by moment, the greater the strength and flexibility of your inner spirit grows to do what you really, really want to do. You will be very, very surprised at how much sheer and delightful pleasure you will be given by your own actions, thoughts, and feelings when you begin to align your free will with my free will. You will discover how important this mutual love affair really is to you, to the smallest aspects of you, the parts of you that are little and so very, very needy and wanting of love, affection, generosity, and yes, adoration and admiration. And in its ultimate sense, this is the meaning of religion and worship. You are taken outside of yourself and at the same time taken into yourself. You get to have the very big perspective of how small and insignificant you are in the context of the magnificent hugeness that you think you coexist within, and you also get to experience the very, very great and huge importance of every thought, feeling, and action that you have, and the impact that these thoughts, feelings, and actions have on the whole and in the whole kettle of fish that you live within, without, near, beside, etc. Whatever form of organized religion that you practice or do not practice will be strengthened and made that much more significant when you approach it from this teaching that is ultimately the fundament of all life and consequently all forms of organized worship of me and mine. Remember, this teaching means the focus of aligning your free will with my free will, of bringing your consciousness and my consciousness together and of being united in mutual purpose, and each of us listening to each other and consulting with each other and ultimately doing, thinking, and feeling with each other. This teaching really comes down to how important your thoughts, feelings, and actions are to what happens to you in the course of your life. You are being told that you do not have to suffer if you do not want to suffer, and that for many of you, suffering is a habit that you have slipped into, and that if you want to, you can step out of this habit and create a new habit, and that you can do this with my help, if you want my help, and that you can have that help all the time, if you want it. Organized religion is a way to come to understand me and a way to recognize me and worship me and learn about how to live so that you can stay out of trouble and avoid the suffering that is yet to come. As you can see from your past, religion that is organized has also made much suffering by being used as a weapon of ignorance. Do you think I really, really want you to kill other people because they believe in me, but in a different way than you do? You're all in different parts of the same place when it comes to your understanding of who I am and how it all works and plays. Perhaps some of you are highly mistaken in this understanding, and some of you are less highly mistaken, and so on. Perhaps. But please, have the courtesy to let people have their own mistaken views, just as you do, and don't get all puffed up with your importance because I speak directly into your mind telepathically. Real religion is a highly personal affair at best, even when it is practiced within the confines of an organized method of faith and belief. Each person sitting in the pews of a church or on the floor of a temple or whatever are all in different contexts of understanding what the bleep is going on in respect and regard of me and what I am up to in their lives and in life in general. I urge you to open to me and let me help you in every moment of every moment, and to invite me in to do this before this current now that you are now in now. You are all time travelers and can direct the change of awareness to come in before the time you are actually asking me to come in and begin with you. Let me make this point a little bit more amazingly clear. If you want to, you can ask me to go back in time and begin the process of clear, precise, two-way telepathic communication with you before the now that you are currently asking within. You can literally begin to change what has happened. You can start to change destiny by aligning your free will with my free will. There are actions, thoughts, and feelings that you can literally change that have already happened. Once they are changed, you may or may not know that they ever happened. That is part of the mystery and is not up to me at all, but is up to both of us working and playing together. And that is why life can seem so strange and bizarre to you, why there is so much happening on the edges of your awareness that you are so very, very vaguely aware of. There is more to this dream-like quality of awareness than you can ever know until you become me. The mystery of life is so, well, mysterious, and reality can seem like it is so solid and real and very, very normal. But even the most unimaginative of you have had those weird moments when you could smell the absolute dislocation of reality, and for one little tiny instant knew that reality was not reality at all, but was, is, will be something quite not what it appeared to be at all. And this is why there is so much organization in organized religion. This is why so many of you have clung to certain ways of dealing with me and my extremely mysterious ways and means of getting to you. Even the word mysterious has the word my in it. That is why the organized religions are so acceptable to so many of you, and something that comes from me to you directly, telepathically, and so very, very intimately reeks with and of danger and warning and psychosis. Even within the security of organized religions, those who begin to really link up with me and have a telepathic relationship with me, well, they learn very quickly how dangerous that can be within the context of the authority of the organized power structure of the organized religion, especially if they open their big mouths and start talking about what is really going on. And most especially if what they say is not in agreement with the established power structure of the organized religion that they are a part of. That is why it is so important to let me fill your tongue with the words to be said out loud to other people. This way you can avoid many, many problems and traps and so on and so forths that can otherwise spring up as a result of trying to explain that you are somehow better informed because God speaks directly into your mind. You may discover the value of humility and patience anew when you practice true worship and faith in me in the form of your own personal religion of binding back to the source of the source of the source, to the highest of the highest of the highest, and so on. Keep right on going, higher and higher, clearer and clearer, in this infinite circle that never ever meets itself and never ever does not meet itself. Now that is religion.